Well, I think there's been, Eduardo, a real decline in the focus on leadership development in companies. I see it everywhere I go. Companies aren't spending the time. They're under too much pressure, the global pressures, the cost pressures, to focus enough on leadership and building players, evaluations, training, all these things that are so necessary to build great organizations. I think I have a reason why that's happening.
Why?
It's the damn computer. People are able to communicate all the time with email, giving messages by email, receiving emails, blind copying 5 people, copying 7 others, not face-to-face. It even happens in cubicles, from one to the next to the next. And people don't have that gritty conversation with people. A raise comes in for somebody. Type it, ship it out, the raise. It's happening too often. And people aren't focusing on, where are my leaders? Who are my best? Am I taking care of them? How do I build the next generation? How do I do all these things? The damn computer is depersonalizing business. You know, 30 years ago, Andy Grove and I were on a panel together in San Francisco. And I was talking about walking around factory floors and shaking hands, meeting people, talking about it. And he said, Jack, that's the dumbest thing in the world. He said, I don't do that. I send emails. I do this. And Andy Grove was a great leader. He did a great job with Intel. He had a different style. He was omnipresent. We argued like hell that day on that panel. And I think his method has won. And more people are doing these things using computers than they are the old-fashioned, nitty-gritty way. Now, I'm not trying to be old-fashioned about this. I'm talking about leadership development. How do you get in the skin of your people? You don't do it with emails. You get in the skin of your people by looking them right in the eye, being across from them, talking to them, telling them what they're doing right, telling them what they need to do to improve, coaching them, all these things. You couldn't run a football team or a soccer team with a computer.
Of course.
You've got to be there showing them, feeling it, sweating, doing it.
In communication, they say that 80% is not the words you use, but rather the body language, the emotions. And obviously through email, you lose all that. And even worse, you get misunderstandings and you feel things that are not there that could be avoided by person to person.
That's for sure in communications. But think about leadership development. You can't do it with an online program. You've got to do leadership development with your people, by being with them.